Okay, it's it's Tuesday morning, December. I got a calendar right here. December. What is it? Tuesday today, right? Right there. Yeah, Tuesday, right there. And yeah, I'm gonna show you. People on the internet, they're trying to sell you a fire starter for starting your wood stove when you throw firewood in there. Well, that's kind of foolish. Some of them want pretty good money for it too. It's ground up sawdust that they used when they were making something, cutting some boards or whatever it was, or for the sawmill, whatever. They saved the sawdust or wood chips, and then they mix it with some kind of honey type stuff or some oil, and then they put it in a bag and try to sell it. And they want it like $25 for a small plastic bag of that stuff. Well, here's what I do because I repair a lot of stuff, so I got used oil. But what I do is this is my wood stove here. And of course, I've got the fan. Yeah, there it is. Got the fan right here. These things are kind of neat. There's no battery in them, and they just run off the heat. You just set them on your wood stove, and they run. The things run right off the heat. The heat goes up on that aluminum there on the bottom, and makes them spin. It's kind of cool. But yeah, here's the wood stove, and I put a bunch of uh, uh, and then here's the wood I put in there to start the stove. Or yeah, this I just put the firewood in there now and some wood I had laying around, and here's some more. Here's a bunch more wood I got ready to burn, but I burn all kinds of crap. This stuff here is from an old rotten railroad tie. I busted that apart. I cut it off with a chainsaw. I pulled the nails out. And then I split it, and these things are full of creosote, so they burn good, but probably not real good to breathe the smoke from that creosote. Probably make you sick or freaking make you die when you're about 20 years too early breathing that stuff. But yeah, there's Amos right there. He's a coon dog, and he's hunting cats at the moment. But yeah, getting back to what I was talking about, that's my, what is that, ADC or whatever, when you can't concentrate and you go off on a million things. Well, that's what I'm doing. But yeah, here, like I was saying, I use when I change oil, I save the oil or yeah, and then I put it in the wood stove to get the fire going. So I take the lid off like I just did, and then I take some old oil, and then I just pour a little in there, and so you can see it's pretty black, that oil. And then see, I got a couple cans of it. It's kind of messy in the shop right now, but yeah, and it's got a damper on there, and then you turn your damper open like that, so the air will go up, and then what I do, here's an old bottle that I had for soap, and I wrote gasoline on there, and I have a little gasoline in here. Well, this is very dangerous and probably not very smart, but what I do is I give it a little shot of gasoline. See, usually I put paper in there, but I kind of burnt up all my paper. People don't have newspapers anymore because now everyone's on the internet. So because when my dad was still alive, he always ordered the newspaper, and then I always had newspaper to put in the fire in the winter. But now he's not around anymore, and we don't order the newspaper. So But anyway, I'm gonna give it a little shot of gasoline too, and then you get your matches out. I just happen to have some stick matches. Any kind of matches work, and I don't have enough hands, as you can tell. I'm using. If I had 3 hands, it'd be better. One I could hold the camera in, and then I'd have 2 for lighting the match. But oh well. Then you just throw it in there. Oh, but that didn't work very good. So I'll give it another shot of gas. I was gabbing too much, and the gas all evaporated. So I'll give it another little shot here. This is very dangerous doing this with gasoline, because if you had a little flame going down there and you did that, that flame would come right back and catch that on fire, and you might burn the whole shop down. But yeah, and then you got her lit, and then you shut your door, and I pulled this little door in the bottom open. That way it's got a vent, and then you just hope it'll catch. But with that old drain oil, that usually catches fire. But see, you can buy that fire starter stuff, but when you got a lot of drain oil laying around, I had one customer, he come over, this is a body shop you're in. This is my little dirty office. But I had one customer come in, and I was lighting the fire, and the guy goes, yeah, I spend a lot of time with newspaper lighting my fires in my wood stove in my shop. He says, and I never thought about putting drain oil in there. And the guy says, the guy said he's got 30 gallons of drain oil. There's Amos again. The guy said he's got 30 gallons of drain oil. He says he doesn't. He says, yeah, I should do that. The guy said, never thought of using drain oil to start my fire. But yeah, she's catching pretty good in there now. So we'll let her torque for a little bit, and then I'll shut this off and shut that vent, and away it'll go. But I think it's already catching pretty good. Of course, that wood in there is awfully dry too. That stuff's like freaking powder. So, but yeah, that's all I got. They put fast internet in our place now, so I'm gonna put my video. I guess I could have me on there, but I'm gonna put my video on the internet today, and just see how fast it is, because they hooked up our what is that? Fiber optic. They hooked that up today, they hooked it up yesterday, and I'm going to download this video that I'm working on right now, and I'm gonna put it on on the internet as soon as I shut this off, and we'll see how fast it loads. So there you go.